Greetings, folks. Welcome to House Lux Estate, your one-stop hub for all things educational. Here, we take pride in offering a diverse range of content designed to pique your curiosity and fuel your desire to learn. From history's greatest mysteries to the latest breakthroughs in science, House Lux Estate covers it all. Our mission? To make learning not just accessible, but downright enjoyable. We believe in the power of knowledge and its ability to transform lives. That's why we're committed to delivering engaging, fact-filled content that both educates and entertains. And remember, the world is an endlessly fascinating place ripe for exploration. So if you're eager to discover new realms of knowledge, you've come to the right place. Today we delve into the intriguing world of the Nobel Peace Prize. Buckle up as we embark on this exciting journey of knowledge. The Nobel Peace Prize, a prestigious honor, has a fascinating origin story. Now, let's dive into the past, to the late 19th century, and meet a man named Alfred Nobel. Known as a Swedish industrialist, Nobel was an inventor, engineer, and chemist who held a staggering 355 patents, the most famous of which was for dynamite. Yet his legacy is far from explosive. In the twilight of his life, Nobel had a unique vision. He decided to use the vast fortune amassed from his inventions to establish the Nobel Prizes. This decision was outlined in his will, a document that would shape the course of history and define his legacy. The Peace Prize was one of the 5 original prizes that Nobel established in his will. But why a Peace Prize? Well, Alfred Nobel was a man of ideals. He believed in a world where fraternity between nations was paramount, where standing armies were reduced or abolished, and where peace congresses were held and promoted. To Nobel, these were not just lofty dreams, but achievable goals. He designed the Peace Prize to reward those who have done the most or the best work to bring these ideals to life. Unlike other prizes that celebrated individual achievements in specific fields, the Peace Prize was about honoring those who made significant strides towards global harmony. Nobel's vision was clear. He sought to create a world where peace was not just an ideal, but a tangible, achievable reality. He believed in the power of individuals and organizations to bring about change, to bridge divides, to foster understanding, and to promote peace. And so, with the stroke of a pen, Nobel set in motion a tradition that would span centuries. His last will and testament gave birth to the Nobel Peace Prize, an honor that continues to inspire and challenge us to this day. Thus began the tradition of honoring individuals and organizations that strive for peace. But how does one earn this esteemed recognition? Let's unravel the selection process. The journey to the Nobel Peace Prize begins with a nomination. Yes, you heard it right. You can't apply or campaign for it. You have to be proposed. Now, you might be wondering who can nominate. Well, the privilege of nominating is limited to a select group. This includes members of national governments and international organizations, members of the Hague Permanent Court of Arbitration and the International Court of Justice at The Hague, university professors of history, social sciences, law, philosophy, theology, and religion, university rectors and directors of peace research institutes and foreign policy institutes, and previous laureates of the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, let's delve into the confidential nature of the nominations. The identities of the nominators and the nominees are kept secret until 50 years later. Yes, 50. This is done to protect the integrity of the process and to prevent any undue influence or manipulation. The nominations are then reviewed by the Norwegian Nobel Committee. This committee is composed of 5 members appointed by the Norwegian Parliament, also known as the Storting. It's their job to review the nominations, conduct investigations, and finally, select the laureates. The laureates are chosen based on their actions and contributions towards peace. The committee seeks to reward those who have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for holding and promoting peace congresses. The selection process is not a one-time event. It takes several months. The nomination process begins every year on February 1st and concludes on January 31st of the following year. The committee reviews all the nominations in their first meeting after the deadline, typically held in February or March. The laureates are then decided in October after numerous meetings and thorough evaluations. A meticulous process indeed, ensuring that only the most worthy receive this accolade. Over the years, the Nobel Peace Prize has been awarded to a diverse group of laureates. Now let's delve into the stories of a few such individuals and organizations who have left an indelible mark on our world. Let's take a step back to the Roaring Twenties, where we find the League of Nations receiving the Nobel Peace Prize in 1920. This was an international organization, the forerunner to today's United Nations, dedicated to maintaining global peace. Their vision, though eventually marred by the onset of World War II, set the foundation for international cooperation in the pursuit of peace. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, we meet Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was awarded the prize in 1964. A civil rights activist, Dr. King championed nonviolent resistance in his fight against racial segregation in the United States. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech remains a beacon of hope for equality and justice worldwide. Now let's move into the 90s, where we find Aung San Suu Kyi, a Burmese political leader who won the award in 1991. Despite being under house arrest, she continued her fight for democracy and human rights in Burma, her voice resonating beyond her nation's borders. In the 21st century, we've seen organizations like the International Atomic Energy Agency, awarded in 2005, work tirelessly to prevent nuclear energy from being used for military purposes. And who could forget Malala Yousafzai, the brave Pakistani girl who at 17 became the youngest laureate in 2014? Malala's fight for girls' education, in the face of violent extremism, is a testament to her courage and determination. These laureates, from different corners of the world, different times, and with different causes, all share a common thread. They dared to challenge norms, to speak up, and to work for a more peaceful world. Their stories remind us that peace is not just the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, equality, and the freedom to voice our beliefs. These laureates, through their relentless pursuit of peace, have left an indelible mark on humanity. The Nobel Peace Prize, despite its noble intentions, hasn't been without controversy. Like any institution with over a century of history, it has seen its fair share of criticisms and debates. One of the frequent criticisms is the selection of laureates whose actions after receiving the prize have been questioned. For instance, Henry Kissinger, who won the prize in 1973 for negotiating a ceasefire during the Vietnam War, was later accused of war crimes for his role in the U.S. government's actions in Cambodia and Chile. Similarly, Aung San Suu Kyi, who was awarded the prize in 1991 for her nonviolent struggle for democracy and human rights in Myanmar, was later criticized for her handling of the Rohingya crisis. The process of awarding the prize has also been a point of contention. The Nobel Committee has been accused of political bias, with critics suggesting that the prize is often awarded to promote Western political agendas. The awarding of the prize to Barack Obama in 2009, mere months into his presidency, was seen by some as premature and politically motivated. There have also been instances where the prize was awarded to controversial figures. The 2013 award to the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons was controversial due to the ongoing Syrian civil war and allegations regarding the use of chemical weapons. The 2019 award to Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed also raised eyebrows, as it came amidst unresolved domestic conflicts in his country. Moreover, some argue that the prize overlooks grassroots activists in favor of politicians and international organizations. This has led to calls for a more inclusive selection process that recognizes the work of individuals and groups at the ground level. Despite these controversies and criticisms, it's important to remember the Nobel Peace Prize's fundamental aim: to honor those who have done the most or the best work for fraternity between nations, for the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and for holding and promoting peace congresses. Though not without its flaws, the Nobel Peace Prize continues to be a symbol of international recognition for peace efforts. Our journey through the world of the Nobel Peace Prize ends here. We've traversed the corridors of history from the inception of this prestigious award, honoring those who've made significant strides towards peace. We've delved into the intricate selection process, a testament to the high standards set by Alfred Nobel himself. We've walked alongside noteworthy laureates, individuals, and organizations that have braved adversities to create a ripple effect of peace in our world. And we've acknowledged the controversies and criticisms, an inevitable part of any global institution that strives to uphold the ideals of peace and harmony. It's clear that the Nobel Peace Prize represents more than just an accolade. It's a symbol of humanity's collective aspiration for a more peaceful world. And every laureate, every nomination, every conversation around it contributes to this goal. Thank you for joining us today at House Lux Estate. If you found this enlightening, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more engaging educational content. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring.